Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today's video, the basics of an autumn capsule wardrobe with all my key tops, my bottoms and my dresses. I'll be showing you everything I chose, why I chose those particular pieces, and how I would style them all together. Hopefully giving you lots of outfit ideas and inspiration of how you can easily create the perfect capsule closet this season. Now this is actually part 2 for autumn 2022. If you missed part 1, I shall link that in the description box below for you to watch after this. A portion of this video has very kindly been supported by GRANA, a company well known for using some of the most sustainable and luxury fabrics around. So I shall show you what I chose a little bit later in this video. Right, there's a rail of gorgeous pieces over there just waiting to be styled, so we better get started. Dresses. When we think about the basics of a capsule wardrobe, we want to first and foremost try and analyse what you genuinely reach for on a day-to-day basis. A good tip is to turn a hanger around once you've worn a particular item. That way, throughout say a month, you can see what's been worn the most. For me, it goes something like this: the knitted dress. So this one is new in my wardrobe this season and actually ticks a few of the fashion trend boxes at once. But the main reason I would call this piece a key item would have to be because of its versatility. I would style it with mid-heels for the evening, knee-high boots for everyday chic, or layer an oversized blazer to show that contrast of shapes, or possibly even a sharper look for the office. Maybe even utilize the skirt portion and add a jumper and trainers. I could go on and on. My point is, find yourself a gorgeous knitted dress that you feel really flatters your shape, and I promise you it will be worth its weight in gold. Across the high street, I've seen lots of variations of the trend that you could choose from knitted co-ords to standalone statement dresses. I shall include all my favourites that I found recently in the description box below. But my best advice would be to opt for the style that you could imagine yourself wearing in 5 years' time. Longevity is the key to creating the perfect capsule wardrobe. There's no space for one-hit wonders. The tube dress. Now I've only added 2 dresses to my autumn capsule basics. I may add more as I get into my winter version, but for now I think these 2 are the essentials. As we saw on the runways, the tube dress will be having another moment this season, which is great news for us as it's one of the easiest items for you to style. For me, the key to really nailing an effortlessly chic autumn look would be layering, and this style of tighter fitting dresses are the perfect base to start with. As we saw this autumn, the trends are all about creating that contrast of shapes. So don't be afraid of showing off your curves. Layer a crisp shirt over your tube dress, add a belt to really draw the eye to that area, pair it with a chunky knit or a cardigan, or perhaps even knee-high boots to really lengthen your shape. I like adding a big draping coat over mine to really give me those sumptuous autumnal vibes. However you decide to style yours is of course a personal preference. I would just make sure you have at least one variation of the tube dress in your wardrobe this season. Tops. This autumn, there are lots of different trends happening in the world of tops. We've got strong 90s vibes with the hugely wearable tank. We're also seeing a return to softer romantic details like ruffles and billowing sleeves. And we've also got bold prints and colours fighting for attention too. So where do you start? You know, I think I'm going to just start with what I love the most. And if any of those happen to be on trend while I'm doing it, then that's just a happy bonus. Which brings me to the tank top, one of the most popular silhouettes on the catwalks this season, and I for one am very pleased about it. It's affordable, it's comfortable, it's flattering, and it can be styled in a number of different ways to suit any different occasion. I would say that no 2 tank tops are created equal, and when you're buying into these real basics, the quality really is everything. So thinking of high quality tank tops, that brings me to today's sponsor, GRANA, where 2 out of my 3 versions have come from. I loved their beautifully made Supima cotton tank so much that I wore it again and again and again. So I knew it would be a safe choice to go for it in the white as well. Now when I think about what the perfect tank actually is, these are genuinely the foolproof example. Made from the finest Supima cotton that's not too heavy, but definitely not too light either. Oversized, but not slouchy or scruffy. And I guess the proof is in the pudding really when you see just how many different outfit ideas you can make with it. Now I haven't quite got onto bottoms just yet, but these 2 pairs of cargo pants from GRANA would make a wonderful option for your own capsule wardrobe. I've seen a resurgence of this cargo style all over the high street this autumn, so it's definitely ticking a fashion trend box too. But doing it with 100% silk feels like a really elevated alternative. Now I sized up to a medium to give myself a bit more of an oversized feel, and I really like the fit. You got the belt hooks there if you want to lift them higher waisted, but I like them equally a little bit lower without. Now you could style them with the cotton tank, maybe a beautiful knit to contrast the textures, or silk on silk with one of their shirts. Thinking of silk shirts, I love my taupe ones so much that I opted to add another one in black. The quality, I have to say, is absolutely stunning. Really, really high-end silk that feels beautiful to wear. And again, like the trousers, when sizing up to the medium, it has just the right amount of slouch to feel relaxed but still polished. Now, I would wear it dressed up for the evening, obviously, but I also really like dressing it down too for the daytime. I am very much of the opinion that you shouldn't just save things for best. That's a surefire way of never getting enough wear out of a piece. Spoil yourself and wear your loveliest pieces whenever you choose. I think it's good for the soul. This is the second order I've received from GRANA, and I'm personally very, very impressed. Shipping was very quick. My items arrived in a matter of days. More countries than not are offered import duty and taxes included in the price, and it's really easy to see on their FAQs if your area is included. And really, I cannot recommend the quality enough. You can see and feel that attention to detail. I have added a link to GRANA's website in the description box below, so please do have a browse of their collection for yourself at the end of this video. A big thank you to GRANA for supporting my channel, and I am very chuffed to bits with my new pieces. The other basics of my capsule wardrobe I would include would be a really high quality t-shirt, and as a lover of Parisian style, as you know, at least one Breton stripe top. These are the perfect base for any outfit, and they can be styled in so many different ways, especially if you are considerate about the tones you add on your rail and how they would work together. I would definitely say that less is more when it comes to these particular items. Choose great quality over quantity and you'll always feel elevated and polished. Getting into those more special shirts and blouses now, and a bit like my knitwear that I showed in part 1, this is where I have the most items. Reason being is simply that I seem to reach for them the most, so it does make sense for me to save the larger portion of my wardrobe to accommodate them. I have this blouse in 3 different colorways now, but I've opted for my bottle green version for this autumn capsule wardrobe, as that tone is particularly on trend. Made from 100% silk, I think the quality really shows even from a distance, and the shape is just so effortlessly chic. It's relaxed, but it's elevated at the same time. I love it. It's such a striking color, really different for me actually, as I normally wear quite a lot of neutrals, but I'm finding it quite refreshing to have such a bold shade in my wardrobe, and it's actually surprisingly easy to mix and match with my outfits. I'd even go as far as to style this with my power suit as well. That's some serious tonal dressing right there, but I think it actually works really nicely. The concoction of different shades of green all complement each other, and while it is obviously quite a statement, the overall silhouette is still in keeping with my own personal relaxed style. The white shirt. Another key essential would be the classic white shirt. You know the one, it goes with everything, can be dressed up or dressed down, and it makes you feel amazing when you're wearing it. This is such a great basic to have in your wardrobe, as it really is so very versatile. But again, like the tank tops, it's very important to find the right one, not just any one will do. In autumn, I switched my linen shirts for my cotton ones instead, and I prefer poplin because of its natural stiffness. With the high street offering so many stylish versions, I really don't think you need to overspend with this particular staple. This is somewhere I could easily save on my budget list. The striped shirt. I've added in one striped shirt that I got a couple of seasons ago now from Everlane. Though I know this is one of their classic bestseller pieces, so I shall add it below if it's back in stock. Now I would go for something like this, either in silk, maybe sustainable tencel, which is really lovely draped to it, or even cotton would be a really nice addition into your wardrobe. A striped shirt is just a classic, of course. It's that foolproof key item that you can reach for on those don't know what to wear days. So I would say consider your choice carefully. Keep the shade of the stripe fairly neutral for maximum longevity, and you'll see it stands the test of time. A silk shirt. I was planning on adding my camel version of this particular shirt for this capsule wardrobe, but a last minute addition made me switch. I just had to add this beautifully soft green silk version instead. The drape of that fabric is so stunning, and while it's not my typical beige or cream, it is still within the realm of neutral. I know silk isn't the cheapest fabric in the world, but I can highly recommend you saving your pennies for at least one in your own wardrobe. I would rather ban myself from shopping for a few months and eventually buy the silk one than say have 10 options in polyester. Having that combination of tanks, a Breton, a pretty blouse, a crisp cotton shirt, stripes, and something a little bit more special with, say, a silk shirt is a perfect little collection all in itself. The bottoms. As you'll see throughout this bottom section, I try and tick a box for all different eventualities with a selection of styles, fabrics and tones. I have my smart and tailored options, my wide leg trousers, casual chic with my jeans, etc. A healthy but very edited selection of my basics that I deem to be essential to have on my rail. So let's start with the skirts, as that's a very small but in my humble opinion perfectly formed collection. So I've chosen two. One is my new in maxi skirt, which I absolutely adore. Particularly trend-led of course, but opting for it in a ribbed knit and in black, it does increase the longevity of the piece. Maxi lengths are everywhere this season, from the high street to the designers. There are a lot of options you can choose from all different price points. And I personally really like the style. It's easy to wear, it looks great with a pair of trainers or heels, works with a jumper as much as it does with a smart blouse, and it works particularly well styled with this season's bomber jacket. Now this is the kind of skirt that just takes care of itself really, and it always manages to be the star of the show. The second style is my leopard print midi skirt. Now that I've finally found a muted tone version that I actually like, I can't stop wearing it. Animal prints have been around for decades and they've drifted in and out of fashion as many years as I can remember. I'll be wearing mine with a crisp white shirt and high top trainers. For a polished look, I would opt for a blouse and a blazer combo, and for colder days, but when I still want to feel quite elevated, I love it with a classic knit and layered with my long draping coat. The key to finding the right leopard print for me was all about finding the right tone. So when I found one that was fairly muted, I had to snap it up. And being the only print that I do have in my capsule wardrobe, thankfully it doesn't stick out like a sore thumb. Those tones are still very soft and neutral, and they will pair with lots of key pieces that I already have on my rail. In terms of trousers, I've selected pieces based on my typical working and home life week. So I needed a selection that would work well, both working from home, heading out to meetings, and equally feeling polished enough to do the school run and catching up with my friends. So I started with a new pair of pretty casual trousers that I bought recently, and they've already proved invaluable for my outfit ideas. I love the shape. They cinch in at the waist and then they flare out ever so slightly at the hem to create that really flattering wide leg silhouette. They're the kind of trousers that you can pair with a classic tee for a really casual but elevated look. But they also look elevated enough with a blouse and heels too. Sport luxe done right in my humble opinion. And they're a style that's always really helpful to have in my own capsule. Call me a creature of habit, but I feel like my capsule wardrobe will always include at least one pair of these Suzanne trousers. They're my go-to, my if in doubt I'm going to wear that pair of trousers, which I've probably proved 10 times over in my styling videos. They're just so very comfortable. They're a really flattering shape and they go with just about everything. That might be why I own a few different colours now. But for autumn I'm adding in my navy version to really complement the rest of my rail that I've chosen. Staying with navy now, but to a completely different shape. I've opted to go for these wide leg trousers that I'm wearing that I got from independent French label Rosé Paris. I seem to be styling these most quite casually, like I have today actually, very much in an everyday chic kind of style. Either wearing them with ballet flats or my new in black high top Converse. I would always advise adding a couple of different shapes into your own capsule wardrobe and try and step out of your comfort zone a little bit with the styles. I used to absolutely hate high-waisted trousers and now I'm obsessed. It's just about finding the right pair for you and then you can quickly change your mind. I couldn't create an autumn capsule wardrobe and not include this stunning pair of tailored trousers. Quite probably my most worn piece this season so far, which you've probably gathered both on here and over on my Instagram page. While they were a higher price than I would normally spend on a pair of trousers, they have paid for themselves 10 times over. So much so that I've actually just treated myself to the beige option too. Sometimes we just happen upon the perfect shape for you, and when you do, it's definitely worth snapping them up in another colorway. They might be particularly on trend right now, but they're such a timeless design, I can absolutely see myself wearing these in years to come, so I'm not worried about the investment. I've added 2 staple pairs of jeans into this capsule, and essentially I've just gone with the ones that I'm currently wearing the most. Both are straight leg, and one is in a crew and the other is in a typical blue wash. I'm definitely with the Parisians when it comes to jeans, and I try not to get too hung up on the particular trends at that moment with jeans. Instead, I much prefer and would highly advise staying with the styles that you know and you love. I tend to wear jeans an awful lot, so I really don't want to be faffing with styles that come in and out of fashion and might not particularly suit me. I have a couple of pairs, they make me feel really nice when I wear them, and it shouldn't be much harder than that really. And that's it, a 33-piece awesome capsule wardrobe that consists of all the basic essentials you need this season without looking basic in the slightest. Like I mentioned before, if you'd like to go back and watch part 1 of this capsule where I featured all my coats, jackets and knitwear, I've linked that below for you to have a look, along with all the outfit ideas in the description box below. Also, don't forget to take a look at those beautiful staple pieces from GRANA, a great place to start if you're looking for those really premium fabric compositions. Thank you so much for watching. I'm always very grateful for all your support, and I shall see you next Sunday with lots more outfit ideas and inspiration. Take care.